Hello, hello. I'm back for my evening stream. Um, Moved a few things around, maybe so you can see things better. I don't have one of those fancy lights yet behind my computer, so I apologise if the lighting's a little out. It's a pretty muggy day where I live, so uh, that's why I am not wearing too much at the moment, just wearing a, um, a singlet. It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty yucky, to be honest with you. We're not used to having this type of weather um, at this time of year. So, we are on to Age of Empires tonight. We're going to do one battle. I'm going to do a skirmish, which means I'm playing against the PC. Usually, I would play this with my brothers, but we're not going to do that today. Now, let me just double check something. Okay, we're on. So, if you want to chat, please feel free. I enjoy talking. We're just going to go. Uh, I like how Age of Empires 3 had a bunch of new maps and map updates. They're really cool. Central Asia. Teams are separated by two shallow rivers that flow into the RLC arid region. Central Plain. I reckon we could do the Congo Basin. Yeah, let's do the Congo Basin. So the British are my preferred team. So we'll put the French. You know what? Let's make this an interesting game. We'll put 5 players in and change. Oh my god, change their colours. Let's put some African teams in, since we are playing in Africa. Now, what's interesting about this is you have some real historical characters here. Well, obviously Napoleon. Brickphone is obviously me. But yeah, Queen Amina and Emperor Theodorus. So obviously I know next to nothing about it, but it's games like this that help people look further into it. I think I will look them up at a later stage in the next few days. Maybe I'll do it online. We can work out a little of the history behind those historical people. Right, and let me see here. Let's put in the United States. Why? Because they seem to be everywhere at the moment. So why not? We'll keep it a free-for-all. I'm going to turn the difficulty, I'm going to turn it up to extreme. Hopefully we won't get trounced in 30 seconds. But we might. Let's see. Okay. Do we want to... No. We'll just play as classic. Play the same rules I always play. Yep, this is my standard deck. Now, here we go. So I'm still having a few technical difficulties, I must say, with my monitors. This new monitor I got is like a Samsung smart monitor, and it's anything but smart. Alright, so let's start off. Let's take a look here. Okay, so I've got one fellow over here. We want to herd our gazelle. Okay, then we want... And because we're the British, we get certain bonuses when it comes to building houses. So we get a new villager every time we build a house. Okay, so that one allows us to gather wood quicker. So that's a pretty good one for the lack of a treasure guardian. Okay, so you two there. And build a few more villages. Depends on how I want to play. Sometimes it's really more about... ooh. 85 food. Yeah, we can do that one. There we go. I like to have about 10 villages gathering food. And every time I build a manor house, every time I build a manor house, I usually stick them on wood early game. Alright, let's just look around our immediate base first. Oh, we've got some elephants, they'll be good food, so we'll want to herd them over. So I'm going to send this guy over, and we're going to give Virginia Company, makes manors cheaper by 50%, which is roughly 90 wood, I think. Alright, so I've got 6 on food now, soon to be 7. There we go. Soon to be 8. There we go. And we're going to add 2 more. Alright, if we take a look at the mini-map here, we haven't seen anything pop out too much. This is, so with maps like the, 2 screens, doesn't like it. With the Congo Basin, sometimes your troops can get stuck in the forest. Then you have to, then they have to get cholera and die quickly. The other thing that we want, the other map that does that is Black Forest, but that's notorious for that. Now, my mouse is acting a bit funny because I've got the 2 screens now, so it's playing up a bit. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to build a market, and then I'm actually going to build another house. Okay, we can see all the enemies are starting to age up, so they're able to get troops now at that second age. But they have to find us, and usually what you'll find is a scout will run across our screen pretty quickly. Okay, so we're going to need gold. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the 900, the arsenal with the free technology. I have town militia, which is quite good. In fact, what I'm going to do here is we're going to build another one. Going to get this one. And these 2. We'll wait for place of mines. Then what we really wanted first was hunting dogs. But I had nobody on gold and I couldn't find any gold treasures. That's what you want to get hunting dogs early. Alright. Here we go, timber's starting to go back up a bit. Now this is why we heard, we don't want them going off into the forest too far. So I'm going to move these guys across too. And this fella here as well. We'll kind of try to wipe out the herd so it's Not being too much of a pain here. Okay, nearly into the second age. Well behind everybody else, but hey. Yep, we have a scout. Of course, he's going to immediately do that. I'm going to build some villages here. Actually, we should find... Here we go. Oh, no, I don't want to lose a villager. You know what? You can go on there. You lot there. Alright. We can get a free upgrade here. And you, my dear friend, are going to build that. Alright. So early on, food and timber are important. They're our main assets. Gold will come into it a bit later. But we are going to... Actually, no, we're not going to get that one. We're going to get this fella here. Because we want to get timber quicker. And only have a couple on gold. Because what we can do is we can build some archers and some pikemen early on. That's what we want. Yeah, this mouse is very touchy. And we're going to build another one. Alrighty, hunting dogs. Okay, so we've got a treasure up here, so we're going to tag that one. There's another one over here. 80 coin, that's good. Wish we'd found that earlier. Here we go. So one of the things about this game that's changed over the years, there's that when it first came out, after a few years it kind of got to the point where it was considered a bit politically insensitive, and even they said that they took some liberties when they made it, so they changed a few things. Doesn't bother me too much what they changed, but I think one of the things is they turned the second age, they turned it away from the colonial era and put it as something else. But yeah, let's take a look here. Okay, still building a few more. I have absolutely no military, so in a normal game I would have been pounced upon already, but I suppose I'm taking a bit of advantage here that I'm playing against AI bots. So what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, build those around there. Building these can be quite good around main buildings because I'll burn those down and they're not as important. Okay, what have we got here? Alright, so we're really focusing hard on economy here. Now the other thing is that we're going to want to build walls soon enough, so we're going to have to work out where we want those. It's oh that's bad. That's bad. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to ring the bell. In fact, we're going to keep these guys in here. We're going to keep these guys working out here. And what we're going to do is we're going to build these. What do you need? You need 100. Oh, talk about a lightning raid. Okay, we're going to keep them out here. We're going to send everybody back out to do their thing. And this is why we're now going to build some archers. I'm going to get these two to finish that off. But yellow definitely knows where we are now, so we're going to keep these guys as scouts because they will die very quickly next time, Minutemen. No, we're going to hold off from that. Okay. Now, one of the other things... Okay. Got our archers now. Alright. So probably going to want to build some more of those. Yep, here they come again. No, you guys keep working. Where am I? Ah, crap. This is what I was talking about with my mouse. That is not good. Alright. Alright. Got to be careful there. We really want this area cut down so we can build a wall here. But what we're going to do, almost ready to age up, what we might hold off and do is build a few musketeers. Now I have a feeling that yellow's base is going to be around here somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. It's better we find them out there than they find us at our base. So they're going to come for another raid. So we're going to probably want... Oh, this is a difficult choice. We're going to build some more though. We need an army. And one of the other things we're going to build is we're going to build up some cavalry. Fencing school, here we go. They're hitting us again. We saw that coming, kind of. Get some more Minutemen. No, 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 no. I'm going to build a second barracks as well, because we want our men to come out quite quickly. Oh. No, no, we definitely do not want that. Okay, so he's in third age, so his units are going to be better than ours. Alright, so we're going to add some upgrades to our musketeers. Oh, okay, you can tell I'm concentrating here because I am not talking as much. And they're throwing everything they've got at us. So if we can just hold out. Now what we need is we can get some of these guys off there, stick them on food here. Okay. So that was the right call not to, oh, go away. Cost my villagers. The right call not to age up just yet, I think, I hope. But we will do it soon enough. Okay, we're going to have to... Well, that's the last elephant there. I'm going to have to start working on our food situation in a second. Alright. One of the other things we can do early on, which generally speaking is an alright idea, is building a church, because we can heal up our units early on. Alright. Alright, so we might want to buy a little more food. Let's... Ooh, what do we want here? Probably a covered wagon. Alright, that's good. You do that. And what we want, ideally, is a wall. We can't even build it through here at the moment. That'll have to do us for a sec. And a priest. Okay, so we are out of close food, so we're going to have to get them on here. And we are going to move them out here. So we're going to have to start building up soon. Alright. That's why I wanted to get these trees here, so we didn't have that gap. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get around that. So we're going to build... Oh. Oh, that's a trading post there. Oh, that's not good at all. That's going to block off our walls there. Okay. We're just going to have to deal with that at the moment. Alright, this is good. We can now start to upgrade units. We'll need to get some more, probably some cannon as well. What are you doing there? Ah, see, this is what I mean. One of them is stuck now. There, so we're going to have to pick you up, drop you there. 10 on each. Alright, get you on here. One of the things that I do want to build as well. Alright, we're going to get that one. We're going to have to build a cattle ranch or a livestock pen. We're going to build 2 of those. We're going to get some benefits from that soon enough. Alright, yep, they're healed up. Alright, so what we can do now is going to get a few more blokes. Okay, and we're going to start building cattle soon enough. Cattle are a great way to support an economy, especially for food. But it might take us a while to get it up and running. Look, there's another scout. So what we're going to do, stop him from getting in. Alright, going to build another cow. There's a glitch, if you can see it, this fella here. Alright. Alright, our wall's going up, everything else is coming together. It's not good though, that gap has got me a bit worried here. We might have to actually not what I wanted to do, but that's bullshit that there. Alright, let's build some more cattle. And okay. The other thing we are going to do is we're going to build the rest of our houses now. And we want to build them on the outside so they kind of act like an extra layer of protection. The other thing we want to do is be aware of the space we have in here. There we go, so that gives us all of those. Now, here's a problem. We've got nobody on gold. So what we're going to do is we're going to send these guys, where we're going to send them? Over here, collect some timber. Because what we want is we want them collecting gold. And we can only do that now. Like we could go over here, but that's way too exposed. So we're going to build another church probably around here. But we're waiting for this, an estate. Alright, let's take a little drink. I hope it's working. Not sure if this is working or not. Let's take a look here. Okay. So it looks like we're working on OBS, but it looks like we're buffering on Twitch. We'll see in a second. I'm just clicking on a few different things here. Don't know what's going on here. Sorry about this, guys. Technical difficulties. All right. Says we're offline. I'm not actually sure if we are or not. I am just going to try and start Twitch up again. See if we are streaming. Oh yeah, no, it looks like we are. I just have to go back to my channel. Here we go, Stream Manager. Alright, so something's happened over here. I don't know. Honestly, we're just going to go on OBS and assume that it's working. Here we go. Okay, so got a few things done now. Let us start getting some workers back on gold here. I'm going to get a couple more workers on timber. Going to get absolutely ridiculous, this stuff here. All right. Just have to live with it for now. Okay. Get them all back onto the gold over here. Alright, so we'll need to get a few more on gold. Build this bad boy here. Alright. Here we go. So starting to pump our cattle out here. So this is actually going to help us. So we're going to grab two more. Put them over here. We can finally build a second one of these. And you watch, our cattle's going to go up now quite a lot. Sorry, our food, because we've got the cattle. All right. Okay, I don't know why I've got two activity feeds over here. Oh, we're still stuck on foundation here. We're going to put Age of Empire. Sorry guys, just working this stuff out too. So I'm going to change that. Save. And chat's all good. Honestly, I don't know what's going on here in Stream Manager. I can't actually see. Let's edit the layout. Ah, goodness gracious. I know. It is what it is. Alright. Just as long as I know we're streaming okay, we should be fine. Let me take a look here. Really doesn't like it when I move my mouse over here. There we go. That is all I'm going to do now. Okay, let's go back here. Alright. We're getting there. Oh, crikey. Okay, we're going to get... We've got next to no space in here now, so we're going to have to probably build outside, which is not ideal. Alright, but we've got the cattle going, so that's something at least. Upgrade that fella. And now we're going to get 2 falconets. That's something else we've got to get. This is a really poor game for me. Normally I am actually a lot better than this, but the other playing this on a dual monitor, I'm going to have to do some working out and see what the hell's going on. Okay, so we're going to build a second one. Yeah, we're upgrading. Yes, we're getting food. Here we go. Let's start popping off. And one thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to build a couple of these out here. That's not good. Alright. So we really want to be getting the gold, so we're going to try and upgrade some of our gold. Alright, so next thing, yep, we're going to get that upgrade. Going to bring these guys over here, going to upgrade them. And we're going to leave the rest of that for now. Alright, so what do we need? Probably need gold. Yeah. So what I am going to want to build here, yep, we want that. Now it'd be ideal if we could wall off down here, which I don't think we're really going to be able to. You know what, we might be able to do it about here. So I'm going to add another wall there. And we're going to get these guys to start chopping in here where it's a bit safer and I am not going to lose them in early raids. We get this fella to build us another outpost there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everybody chopping who's over here onto this part here. And I'm going to get this lady to build up this wall here. Alright, this is good. Yep, we're upgrading gold more. Yep, we're building out a lot of serfs, peasants, whatever you want to call them. Settlers. Alright, don't need our priest for anything now, so we're going to send him out and about. Aha! Look what we have found. I'd like to get rid of that. That's far too close for my liking. Let's just hope I don't get hammered by a much better prepared army. We're going to build another one over here. One over here. One over here. One over there. One back there. Okay, open up that. I'm going to upgrade these two. There we go. Oop, there's another one. Alright. Upgrade our red coats. So the British special units, redcoats and what have we got? Longbowmen, and my build's got a couple of upgrades for longbowmen. So if I click on here, you can see this one, yeoman. Okay, so good. Can we build another one in here? We can, but it's kind of awkward. So I'm going to build more. Oop, he's getting attacked. That's okay. I thought it was something important. Alright, cattle is still being collected now. Gonna get you there, gonna get all of you on there. Then we're gonna build another estate. Okay, at least he's scouting for us. Okay, gonna upgrade you guys. And we'll get an upgraded culverins too, because we may actually need those. We're gonna get that. Alright. Now, we can get factories. That would probably be a good idea. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna get a factory. It's just a matter of space now. Okay. Oh god, did we have another scout there somewhere? Okay. Let's take our longbowman. We'll try and off this scout before he can see much of the base. Okay, these are good. Nearly got our factory. There it is. Pop that. Now we want to put this somewhere where it's not going to be too easy to hit. Guess it's here. And we want another estate, but where to put it is the question. Okay, yeah, we'll put it there. Not ideal, but we are kind of stacked in. Okay. Now, we've got the exact right amount on everything, bar that. This is why we want outposts on the outside of our walls, not on the inside. Alright, here. We're going to leave him on gold, but we're going to upgrade all the others as well. Now, normally a game of Age of Empires would be well over by now. But... Ooh. That happens sometimes. Again, mouse work is not very good here. Okay, we have a lot of incoming. Okay, what do we have abundance of? Okay, so we can probably build, yep, some of them. Okay. Alright, so we do not need any more villagers. So we can get rid of those, 30 of each, 32 on that. Alright. We'll get some cavalry. Alright, we're going to take out this, whatever this is. No, they don't want to play with us. Okay. Okay. Sorry, just mucking around with stuff still. Alright, we're going to get that one. And going to... Just having a bit of difficulty with the stream here. So I'm just going to sit on my channel with the sound off. There we go, so I can see what you guys are seeing. There we go. And yeah, sure. So we've got 4 on cattle. Nope, I don't like letting them give up. Okay. Eventually we will get to the final age. In fact, what we might do is sell a buttload of this. I'm going to age up now, 2,000 coin, that sounds good. Alright, oh yeah. There we go. So that'll round us up to a pop cap of 200. And what else do we want to get here? Let's get this upgrade. Okay, so these guys burnt down one of our... See here? Yeah, they get stuck. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to send our archers over here, pick these guys off. Alright, we're doing alright here. Nearly at the final age. George Washington talking smack there. Probably turning in his grave at the moment, let's be honest. Alrighty, let's get some Imperial red coats. Then we're going to upgrade a lot of stuff here. Timber's still going good. That is not our problem, which is great. We're going to actually cut them on the inside there. Now, I'm going to send my explorer out to do his actual job, because I reckon there's probably some native settlements in the middle there. Alright, that's good. I'm going to get him to build this bad boy here. Now, I'm not sure about this, but if you can spin buildings around in this, that would be great. I don't know how to do it. I should look that up. Okay. Yep. Apparently. Oh, his army's there. We're going on a scouting mission. Oh. We'll come back to that. Ah, see? They did not move out. Well, that looks like George Washington's out. Which means somebody else might be coming for us. Okay, here we go. That's strange. Usually, just get them cutting timber for now. Oop. All right, we're in. Now, what I like to do is always go for their military buildings first. What we're going to do is we're going to send a villager or two up here. See if we can build some of our own military buildings here. Good thing his army was out. All right. Now the good thing about building in Age of Empires here, what you really want is a varied army. So you want a bit of everything. So archers are strong against these guys, redcoats are generally strong against most things except for skirmishers, but they're quite good against cavalry. Okay, so what we want to do is we're just going to build outside of their base. Alright, so we're doing pretty good for everything here. Everything's upgraded there. We're going to upgrade these fellows. Then we're going to jump in here. Now, what do we want? We want this, we want this. Going to have to wait on that. Okay, here is our other... Oof. You know what? We can build it there. That's good enough. Right, they didn't like us in their base, but that's okay. We're going to build more now. Got the resources to almost continuously do it. So we're taking the initiative here. All right. I'm just going to close this up here. Well, this isn't good. We've worked out what we're doing. Okay. Not doing too bad here. We're still alive, and that's the most important thing. And what do we want to do? I suppose we'll get this fella here. Upgrade this one. It's most of our upgrades now that we want to get. We're just going to keep popping out red coats here. The other thing we're going to do is I'm going to swap that over to timber. To food. I'm going to take these guys back over here to chop stuff down. We're just going to protect ourselves here. We'll build some hussars. Now, do we want to upgrade these? Probably not yet. Let's wait a little while longer. That's it. Alright. Let us... Yep, another economic bonus one. That gets us food, that one. Alright, we're pushing on in. Let's continuously give them more reinforcements, keeping an eye on our food there. Yep, we're doing alright. Yep, that's already on food. But yeah, when you spam lots of units like this, you just got to keep an eye on your resources, because you can run out very quickly. Alright, getting through here, bit by bit. Alright, let's burn that one down. Take out some of their houses. Okay, so every so often we just check out here. Looks like green's getting a bit curious. George Washington is out. There we go. Burning down their outposts. Burning down their military buildings. Food's going back up, so we'll get some more hussars. And we're going to get some more red coats. They're two of Britain's strongest units. And we're going to get another economic boon. I think that's our last one. Always make sure you got plenty of cattle there. Alright, that's good. So I'm going to move these guys up here, try and take that out. got to try and take out their military buildings. Okay, that one's a livestock market, so there you go. This one, however, yeah, war camp. Alright, let's try and start. Oh! This might be why we're having a bit of an easier time of it. Let's let Napoleon do his thing here. We're going to move well out of his way, because why not? In fact, we're just going to stock up on some more units now. Actually, you know what? They are French, so let's give it to them. Alrighty. Got that there. Bang, bang, bang. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. There it goes. Ah, oh, that felt good. He'd been poking at us from the very beginning. More cows. More cows! We want more cows. Uh-oh. Why? Why attack us? Leave us be. You know what? Let's get some dragoons. Maybe what we'll do is we'll stick these guys into a defensive square. Good against cattle, not so good against this. However, we do have skirmishers coming, cavalry coming in. But generally speaking, these guys are good against other cavalry. That's what we think of you, sir. Alright. What have we got? We've got more stuff coming at us from here. That's making me a bit nervous. Hopefully, they won't take too much longer in surrendering. Alright, we're going to get this one. We're going to get this one. I think that's... We'll get the Imperial field guns too. And hopefully, eventually, we will be able to get spies. That'll help us out a lot. Okay, let's give... What's this one? Coldstream Guards. Yeah, plus 15 hit points. 15%. Okie dokie. Surely they'll give up soon. Surely they don't have too much left over. Oh, of course they did. I'm going to be sending villagers back from wherever they're chopping wood, probably. Oh, we've actually got another town centre here. Interesting. Maybe we could steal the goats while we're at it. A scout. Love that sound. Oh, yay. we can agree to a truce. I am not a cruel ruler when everyone bends the knee. Alright. Oh goodness. Okay, what's here that's gone and done that? That's strange. But we would like all the goats, thank you. Alright. Let's move up here and we're going to take this over. Why? Because we can. And because we're going to get extra soldiers with that one. Now I know I'm talking quite softly as well, guys. It's primarily because my throat is actually quite sore. It's just something that can happen with ME. Your glands get swollen up relatively easy, which is unfortunate. What we're going to do is we're going to get him to grab this. I'm going to build another one here. We're just going to take a kind of a look around where everyone's base is. So we know where Napoleon is roughly. My guess is George Washington was over here. Napoleon took him out, which probably means Green's up here somewhere. Alright. Poison damage. Each Yorba native unit spawns a clone of itself. All villagers gather wood faster. Yeah, that's nice, we can do that. All short duration units such as SO riders, militiamen or regulars keep 25% of their hit mods instead of losing them quickly. Yep. And yeah, that's not bad. So then we're just going to build a few of these bad boys. Oop. Looks like we walked in on something here. But if Green's got a native settlement there, we should deal with it. Which I think they do. What are you doing here? Now, I know those ones are quite good. Ah! Okay, so we're going to grab this one too. Looks like there's one more native settlement up there. So this is what I was talking about before when I said they took some liberties. So they've actually gotten people from that culture now to speak in their native language. Now they didn't do it with everyone, but they did do it with some of the more colonized type groups. So peoples from Africa, Asia and Native Americans. But with Europeans I don't think it was that much of an issue. But they do stand out. I like the language. Kinikishi. Something along that line. Kill that scout. Here we go. So this is just about scouting at this stage, so we're annoying Napoleon. It is. That's alright. I do not mind if you try to wreck it. There we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab a couple of wood cutters. So I reckon green must be over here. So George Washington must have been here, which means green's over here somewhere. No, don't kill that before we build it. It's got about 30 seconds left. Okay, so we're going to send everything over there. Come on, move, quick. Come on, you're all cavalry. Oh, very nice. Okay, we held them off. And you should be built any second now. There we go. There we go, got his scout again. Alright, let's take a look at these treasures. What are you? 50% more damage from Shaka's spear. Alright. Now we are definitely going to lose some of these native settlements. The question is we just got to make them pay through the nose for them and hold them up until I can build a fob or a forward base somewhere around here. Okay, there we go. Well, we actually pushed them back. That's nice. What we've got to do though is we've got to kill these buggers. If we can get rid of the mortars. Oh, and that is why we don't like... Oh my goodness. Okay. We're going to lose a fair bit here. Oh, that's not good at all. Okay. Alright, how many woodcutters do we have left? Only 7. Alright. That's okay, we can build some more. Oof. That was very lucky. Oof. Build some protection here. But it definitely looks like we're going to have to take green out first and worry about Napoleon second. But we don't want Napoleon getting too strong and having too many native alliances. So we're going to burn that building because that is able to spit natives out of that building. Okay. Then, next thing we're going to do, I'm going to repair that. I'm going to move all that. Ah, yep. Alright, what we're going to do is we're actually going to send these guys over here. Green's got another army coming our way. So we're going to build, for some reason we get, I think this was one of the improvements from the native camp. So I'm going to send this small army over there. Going to annoy, in fact what we're going to do is we're going to try to leave the natives for now and just go straight in and hammer their base. Now the question is, did we lose those 2 settlers? I think we did. Okay, so we're going to grab 2 more from here, take them over here, pop pop. There we go. And we've got our final upgrade. And here we go. So green was actually quite close to us the whole time. So I think this is Queen Amina, or Amina, I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, that's right, the horn. That's the "we're under attack" horn. Sure, there's probably some historical context to that. Alright, Napoleon, yep, okay, you can do that. We don't care too much. What we do care about is holding these guys off. In fact, what we're going to do here, we might... what we're going to do is we're going to build a couple of barracks. Have our way with this town. Oh, crap, crap, crap. They don't like us building in their village. How dare you? Please do not burn that down. I need that. Well, look at them being clever here. Oh, they got it. Okay. Oh, leave them alone. Okay. Okay, I get the point. I get the point. I'm running away. You know what? You're right. I should build them a little further out. Okay, why aren't you two doing things? You can eat that. And we're going to have that. Okay. So we're going to just build another native army. Let's take a look. 33,000, 29,000. So we're doing okay here. Got enough to get spies, but we're going to hold out just for a bit longer because we can make them a lot cheaper if we're able to wipe out this building. Ah, blue. Napoleon's rocked up. That is why. Alright. Keep them off this villager for long enough. So we can... What on earth are you doing? I'm just going to spam a lot of redcoats again. Looks like they're holding pretty darn well here. We're going to start sending them up there. Hopefully this game will be done in about an hour. Okay. So it looks like some dragoons might be handy here as well. So I'm going to build a proper fob here. I never understood why the AI built so many farms per one villager here. That's a solid army and they are strong. Okay. So we're going to go for the town centre. That'll bring them out like an angry nest of ants. And hopefully again we'll avoid them coming to our fob. Okay. All right, yep. Stop doing that. Okay. This is looking good. This a little less so, but that's okay. We're just being a thorn in Napoleon's side right now, more than anything. Your burdensome rule, they want my burdensome rule. Okay, these guys, Javelin Raiders, these guys are hardcore. Alright, hopefully my Dragoons will be a bit of a match for them. Whoop. Yeah, this is good because, like I said, they're keeping Napoleon off our back for now. Okay, where are you two from? Oh, right. Yep, we'll get you back on timber. We're going to pop. Get some more of this good stuff. And now, oof, okay. Let's sort him out. Okay, so Napoleon's got a fob there. Looks like he's sending folk over here. It's like a firing squad. Alright, there we go. So we're going to move our guys back a bit so that they get squashed in between us. Alright, this is looking good. Lafitte Knights. Looks like they're not doing too well against Dragoons. So let's just keep moving along here, and what we're going to do is we're going to be preemptive here, and we're going to sneak a villager over there, hopefully. Pop, there we go. Here we go, he's wiping them all out bit by bit. We're going to try and build this one back up. Nope, we lost it. Oh god. Okay. So what are we going to do here? We've got two villages over here. We're going to move them up there. What we're going to do is... Actually, no, they can still get the food here. We're going to build a army and have them at... I'm going to say no. Because then Napoleon has to focus on her as well. What we're going to do is we're going to burn down some of these native buildings for Napoleon. Glad we built this. We saw it coming, which is good. Alright, burn this down. Oh, didn't expect them to survive, but we'll send a few more redcoats up here. I'm just going to push them right back at this point. Napoleon's getting far too comfortable at our base. So let's see here. Yeah, we've got plenty of everything at this point. Trick's going to be making sure that we can build a fob. Aha, that's what we need to take out. So we're going to drop them up there. We're going to bring this small holding force together. I always hated that about this game. It says you've got somebody not doing something. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is probably going to build a small base over here. Then we're going to build a larger one. Oh, here they come again. Alright, this is a good holding force, but they will not last forever, so we're going to bring out some of the bigger guns. We'll get the hussars there, get some more red coats. Come on. Oh. How much? Oh, that's nearly dead. There we go. Alright. Alright, so what we're going to do... Alright, she is out of here. So we're going to bring this as a raiding force around the back. Take this over here. I'm going to build a small base here just to take this stuff out. There we go, bang bang. In fact, we might build some cavalry there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and recapture these natives. But it says you're out. Why are you attacking still? That's not fun. Alright. Okay. Here we go. While they're doing that, we're going to move our guys over here. So we're going to wipe out this little fob. Excellent. Okay, now we're moving on. Try and capture these other native buildings, then we're going to push in. What we don't want is we don't want these villages to be found. So spies is coming in quite handy right now. And of course they're going to just start spamming stuff up here. Try and capture that. Now he's not being very useful, so we can't use him to build our native buildings at the moment. But we will try to. Okay, look, it's here. Okay, small army there. We're going to be a thorn in his side. Okay. We'll try it again nevertheless. Nope, that's not happening. Okay. They are... What are they doing? They're pushing in on our base and they're probably going to hit it before we can build this fob. And then they'll try and turn around. But what we're going to do is we're going to build it anyway. Hopefully we can just hold them in the center here for just long enough. That's what we wanted. Here we go. That's holding them. Actually, they did very well there. I was expecting just a holding action. Alright, now we're going to go over here. Alright, we're not doing too bad, not bad at all. If we can try to capture all of these native settlements, that would be great. We can hit these buggers every time. Here we go. Yeah, we're not finished yet. Okay. Alrighty, what we really need is these fellas. Because he's not going to be too interested in me when I'm in his base. Here we go. Corps de Bois. Or Corps de Bois, or whatever they call them. Oh, okay, cannon might turn the tide here. That's what he's been up to. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to build 2 of these. Because we're not having that there. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's what we want. This is a lovely distraction. That'll cause him to hopefully turn around. Nope. Alright then. Okay, well I mean if he's not going to turn around, we're going to hammer his base, make him pay for it. What we really want is to hit his cannon foundries and his cavalry here. And he can focus all on our natives. That's not going to be a problem, as they are not critical at the moment, other than being a distraction. Look at the cheek of this guy. Alright. What? Okay, you two can go back to here. I don't even know what's going on in there at the moment. I don't really care. You guys can go over here. Yep. They're doing a fine job here. And we're going to build some more dragoons. Okay, we've got plenty of stuff now. Ah, that's the other thing we want. We want this building here, so we can build natives a lot closer. Oh, we are out of cattle. That's okay. I think we're at the end of the game now. Look at all the trees we've cut down. Pop, 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 pop. Alright, so what we're going to do is he can build that one there. We're going to capture this one over here. And we're also going to build some more hussars over here. Take out that cannon. In fact, we might build a second one of these. Goodness gracious. Why do you need to be told to cut wood? There we go. And now we can send these fellows up here. We're going to burn that down. You lot go here. And we're going to build another regiment of musketeers. And we're pretty good for everything else. Alright. Oh, blimey. Okay. That's why we couldn't build too many natives. They were already built. Okay, this is working out well. But we're gonna... Actually, you guys there, you guys on that. And... Come on, you guys on them. Alright, that's fine. We can burn this down too. Alright. Oh my goodness. Just chop. Wood. Why? Are you doing that to me? Okay. Alright. Here we go. I think we've won this. It's only taken an hour and probably around 10 minutes by the time we finish. Got a couple of runners. The AI always has that. I think they're scouts. You can still, you'll resolve all you want, Napoleon. You are still going to lose. Pop. No, it's not. One thing, we always make sure that we end the French properly, as they deserve. Okay. Hopefully it won't take much longer. Hopefully we won't have to kill those two runners. Well, we might actually have to. Oh, cattle. Yay. Oh, we've got plenty of food there, so we're going to get these two going back on this. Okay, why does it say there's something here? No, there's nothing there. Alright. So I'm going to send our fellows back down here. Same with you lot. You guys down there. Dragoons down there. Yep, all good. Oh, here we go. That's one. So we're just after this guy. So my figuring is we're going to get these fellas over here. Conquistadors. And I'm sure when we end that one, yep. Pere Ore. Wonder if that's like a joke name. Oh god. I hate it when they just stop cutting. Wonder why that was a thing. Huh. 1, 2, 3. You can cut there. You two can go back on cattle. We play right until the end. I mean, this guy's just running laps at this point. Oh, I'm going to jump off after this. It's not going to be too much longer. Look at the stats. There we go. That took us about an hour, I reckon. There we go. So we're not doing too bad. This goes by all unit count. Villager pop. Military unit pop. Let's look at the economy. So the highest score and most improvements. Resources. Again, I had the most. Let's see here. Food was definitely ours. Wood goes to Napoleon. Coin again to Napoleon. So we've done all right here. 698. Buildings lost 28. Units lost. Okay, I think. No, I didn't. I lost the second most amount of units. Not bad. Alright, guys. Well, that's been our game for tonight. So I'm streaming. I'm going to aim for twice a day, maybe like 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the evening. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. We'll play different games. Now, if you've got any game suggestions, feel free to leave them in the chat. Other than that, it's been a pleasure, and I will see everybody tomorrow. So thanks again. Alright. So I'm just checking something here, guys. So we're going to add a different source.